Hi everyone, I'm Kamala, Assistant Professor from CSC Department. Today I'm explaining about some of the important classes from this utility packages. So the first one is String Tokenizer class. String Tokenizer is a class in java.util package, and this class allows an application to break a string into tokens, and this particular class break the string into pieces based on the delimiters. So here the delimiters are either it may be a space or comma, and this string tokenizer class contains the following methods called as has more tokens and next token. Has more token is a method in string tokenizer class which is of boolean type, means which returns either true or false. So this has more tokens checks is there any content in that particular string. If yes, which returns true, otherwise which returns false. And the next method in this string tokenizer class is next token. So this next token is a method in string tokenizer class and which returns a string type of data, which means during the reading of data, this next token method reads next data from that particular string, read the next data from that particular string. Okay, and this string tokenizer class explained by one Java example program. Here, this string tokenizer class is available in a package is called util package. So because of that, I'm importing import java.util. So you can also write import java.util directly or else import java.util.string tokenizer, because this string tokenizer is a class in this util package. And here I have a main class is public class simple public static void main string args. This string tokenizer class string tokenizer its object st is equal new string tokenizer. So this string tokenizer is reading one string of my name is Khan. So here each word of this particular string is separated with a space. So because of that, here I represented space within this double quotes. So just now I explained this string in this string tokenizer class, each word is separated with two delimiters, two delimiters. That is, first one is either a space or else instead of space I can also go for a comma. I can also use a comma. If this string is separated, each word of string is separated with a comma, or else you can, if you are the words of string is separated with space, directly you can give your delimiter is of space. Okay, so this is my string, and each character of my string is separating with a space. So because of that, here I represented, because of that here I represented a space. Okay, while st dot, here what is st? This st contains this entire string my name is Khan. Okay, so st dot has more tokens. Has more tokens is a method which is going to checking is there any content in this particular st. Yes, if it is yes, it returns true. If it is true, which is entering into the while loop. If it is false, will never enter into the while loop. So according to this string, here this st contains my name is Khan, s which contains some content. So here has more tokens returns true. So that which is coming inside of the while loop system dot out dot println st dot next token. So which is going to printing the first word of the string until the delimiter. The first word of the string is my. So which is going to printing the first word until delimiter. So here the delimiter is what? Space. So first of all, which is going to printing the first word is my. After that, this next token is a method in this string tokenizer class, which is going to checking is there any content in that particular string. So which is, so then with this next token method getting next token from this string. So the next token is called what? Name. And going up. So again here st dot has more tokens. So this has more tokens once again returns true because it contains contents. So coming down, and once again displaying the next content is name, and this next token method moving to the next word, which is called as is, and going up, and again once again checking the condition is true, coming down, then displaying the is, and then this next token method moving to the next token is called as a con, going up, this has more tokens, checking is there any content in st, yes the content is con, condition is true, coming down, then which is going to displaying con, then st dot next token which is moving to the next word in the string. So if the next word in the string is, it doesn't contain any more string. So then going up, checking the condition, st dot has more tokens. Yes, here the condition is false because here there is no more content in a string. Then which returns false, which is exiting from the while loop. And observe the output. So this is my output. My name is Khan. So simply the string tokenizer class is used to divide or used to break the string into pieces based on the delimiter. And remember the delimiter is either space or comma. So this is about one of the utility class of Java. Okay. Next, one more utility class is called bitset. So what is a bitset? So this bitset is a class which is also available in java.util package. And what is the job of this bitset? So this bitset class stores the content in the form of bits and is also similar to array. So you already know what is the concept of array. So this bitset store the data in the form of bits, and this bitset array can increase in size as needed. So whenever the size is needed, then we can also increase in this bitset. Okay, so this is similar to a vector class and is of legacy class. So what are the methods we have in this bitset? We'll discuss later. I'll explain with one example program. Okay, so this bitset consists of two constructors called as bitset is a default constructor and bitset int size. So default constructor means here I can specify, here I'm not specifying the size of bitset. So we can go for any size. Suppose if I specify the size of bitset, so based on this size only, I can take the size of this bitset. So these are the two constructors I have in this bitset class. Now, what are the methods we have under this bitset? So these are the few methods we have in the bitset classes. The first one is called length method. The first one is called length method. Next is and, cardinality, clear, or exclusive are. So these are the few important methods what we have in a bitset class. The first one is the length method. This length method is used to or which return the logical size of the size. Suppose the length of this bitset can be calculated as, suppose in my bitset I have a 4 elements. Out of these 4 elements, the maximum element is 6. So then the length of bit sets can be calculated as 6 plus 1. So its length is 7. Like that, which is calculating the length of bit set. Means the maximum bit set plus 1 is called as length of bit set. And next is a AND method. So this AND method is similar to logical AND. Suppose I'm going to performing AND operation on 2 bits. Then both the values of 2 bits are true. The result is true, which means simply I have a 1 1. First number is 1 1. Second number is 0 0. So I'm multiplying first value with second value. So 0 into 1, 0. Next 0 into 1, 0. So the result is 0. So AND is nothing but a multiplication of 2 bits. Here if both the values are true, the result is true. And both the values are false, the result is false. If any of the value is false, the result is false. Next, cardinality. So this is a method in the bit set class which is used to find the number of bits in that particular bit set class. Next is clear method. So this clear method is used to clear the number of bits in that particular bit set class. And the next method we have here OR. So this OR method is used to perform logical OR. So logical OR you already know. If any value is true, the result is true. Exactly opposite to logical and exclusive OR. So how to perform exclusive OR on bits? Suppose here I have it two rules. The first rule is this bit set modified so that a bit in it has a value true, means the bit value is true if and only if, according to the first rule. Suppose I'm going to calculating exclusive OR of bit 1 and bit 2. In that cases, bit 1 value is true and the corresponding bit 2 value is false, then its result is true. And similarly, if I'm going to calculating bit to 2 exclusive OR bit 1, in that cases my bit to 2 is false and the corresponding bit in the argument as a value is true, then the result is true. Okay, so this is about exclusive OR. Okay, remember we have two rules for exclusive OR. Suppose I want to represent true value, then I'm going to performing exclusive OR on bit 1 and bit 2. If bit 1 is first value, bit 2 is second value, in that cases, bit 1 is true and bit 2 is false. The result is true. And the second rule is, now I'm going to performing operation on bit 2 exclusive OR bit 1. In that cases, bit 2 is false and bit 1 is true. So that the result is true. So these are the few methods I have in a bit set class. Now I'll explain this bit set class with an example program. Import java.util package dot bitset. This bitset is a class in this util package, so that we can also write dot bitset. Public class bitset demo. Public static void main string args. Bitset b1 is equal new bitset. So here I created one bitset b1. Its size is 4, so which can accept 4 bits. Next is the bit set b2 is equal to new bit set of 4 size. So both the bits I created, both are of same size 4. So into the first bit, I inserted value 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and all values are of true. Okay, and again into the second bit, that second bit set value is called b2. Into this b2 I inserted the values are called 1, 2, 3, 4, not 1, 2, 3, 4. Again I inserted same values 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so these are the 4 values I inserted into B2. These are the 4 values I inserted into B1. Now I'm trying to display the values of B1. So according to this statement, I'll get the output is 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 0, 1, 2, 3 here. And according to this statement, I'll get the bits of B2 is also 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is the output of B1 and B2. Now, if I represented a statement B2 and B1, means I'm performing AND operation on B2 and B1. Okay, so observe here, what is the B2 value? 0, true, and B1 is also true. True, true, the result is true. And true, true, result is true. And true, true, result is true. And true, true, result is true. So that which is going to displaying the output according to this statement, which is going to displaying the output is called what? 0, 1, 2, 3. So this statement which is going to display the output is 0, 1, 2, 3. Suppose if I have like this bits 2 dot or bits 1. So I'm performing OR operation on bit 2 and Instead of here B2, I have my object name is B2. B2 on B1. I'm performing the operation B2 or B1. So what are the B2 values I have? 0, 1, 2, 3. B1 values are also 0, 1, 2, 3. Here I have a false, and these two values also I have false. Now observe the output. So here according to our operation, if any value is true, the result is true. So this value is true. This 0 is true. This 0 is also true. This 1 is true. This 1 is also true. This 2 is false. This 2 value is also false. This 3 is true. This 3 is also true. Now what is output I'll get? I have here three these two truths are equal to these two truths, and here this false is equal to false, this true is equal to true. So according to our operation, if any value is true, the result is true. So here I'll get this value is false, here also false, so I'll get only 1, 0, 1 and 3. So according to this, here I'll get the output is, what is the output I'll get? That is 0, comma 1, comma 3. So this is the output of OR operator. And coming to the exclusive OR. So how we'll get the exclusive OR output? So exclusive OR means what? If inputs are different, the result is true. Suppose here I have a true and this value. So here I'm going to calculating exclusive OR on, instead of B2 I'll go for B1 and B2. Observe. So my B1 according to the exclusive OR method, first one value is true, second is false, then the result is true. Okay, so here I'm representing first is true, and this second value I'm changing to 0 of second value, I'm converting into false. Okay, then my result is true, means which is going to displaying 0, and this is true, 1 is true, here 1 is true, so the result is false. It won't display this number, means 1 it cannot display it by this bit set. And coming to the uh, B1 value, here I have a false, for this 2 I have a false, and for 2 also I have a false, so it can also not displayed by a bit set class. And coming to the last number, here I have a true, and here I also have a true. Okay, so this value is also not displayed by bit set. So finally which displays only the 0 and only 0. So because this is true, here I have a false, here I have a true, here also I have a true. So finally according to this exclusive OR, here I'll get the output is what? Here I'll get the output is 1. So this is my set to 2 values now 1. So like that I can display the output of, or I can perform all these and or exclusive or operations on this bit set class. Okay, now I have one more class in this util package is scanner class. Scanner is a class which is available in a java.util package, and this class is used to read data from the keyboard. Okay, the syntax of this scanner class is scanner, its object, this object is a user defined name, you can go for any name, equal new scanner of system dot in. Here this system dot in is nothing but a keyboard. So this scanner object in getting data from this keyboard. Okay, so that is the syntax of scanner class. Now how to implement this scanner class, I'll explain with one example Java program. Import java.util, because the scanner class is available in util package. You can directly write java.util.star or else java.util.scanner, your wish. Then public class scanner example. Here my class name is I taken scanner example. Public static void main string args scanner in is equal to new scanner of system dot in. So this scanner object in getting data from this keyboard. Okay, then system dot out dot print enter your name. Here I'm asking enter your name. Okay, this statement is displayed on the screen. Then here whatever the string I accepted from the keyboard is of string type. So because of that, here I declared my data type is of string and the variable name is equal in, because this in contains pool of data. From this pool I'm going to getting one word by using a method is called next line method. Next line is the method which is available in a scanner class, which is used to get one string from that pool. Okay, from that data pool. Okay, so getting and copying into a variable is called name. So whatever the word I accepted from this in is copied into name. That name I'm displaying on the screen by using a statement is called system.out.println. Name is name. So whatever the content I have in this name, same thing here I'm going to display. Okay, so once the reading data from this object of scan class is over, then immediately close that particular object to avoid entering unnecessary data into the program. Okay, now observe the output of this program. Suppose I entered my name is Java, and then it is displaying the statement name is plus the content, whatever the content you are accepted through keyboard. So name is I accepted through keyboard is Java. Okay, so this is about some of the important classes from util package. Thank you.